Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to class today. Today's gonna be a little potpourri of things. There's so many things that I want to play with that we're just gonna do like a little sampling. Uh, oh, and my screen changed, and I don't care. Um, so we'll just see where we go today. We're going to start seated, so please feel free to sit up on a blanket, block. Choose the seated posture that will serve your body so that you can be here just for a little bit. And of course, always have your props nearby. So move the flesh out from the sit bones. Excuse me. And maybe roll the inner thighs in so that you can really feel grounded in your pose. Take your shoulders up to your ears and roll them back. Whew, and let them go down. Good. Take them up again and roll them back and let them come down. And then close the eyes. Start to tap into your breath. And feel your mat, your body, your presence as a kind of home base, right? That maybe when we sit on our yoga mats or we lay on our yoga mats, we can find our center, we can find our truth. Maybe we can tap into the divine spark, the miracle that is your presence here at this time on the earth, on your yoga mat. And just feel that. Feel that almost, I guess, miracle, right? How did you get to be here on the planet at this moment in time? And maybe feel a sense of gratitude. Drawing the breath in and exhaling it out. And one more here. And then allow your eyes to open. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to your heart, interlace, press the arms out as you round the back, tuck your chin, stretch, and then inhale, lift the chest. Maybe look up slightly, don't drop the head back, but just look up and then release those arms and exhale. Good, inhale, take it up. Exhale to your heart, interlace, press it out, round everything, tuck everything, squeeze the low belly in, and then reach up, stretch through the sides of the body, maybe glance up toward that ceiling or the sky, and exhale, let go. One more, just like that. Take it up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace those hands, press them out, tuck everything in. Little seated cat and cow here. And then inhale, lift the chest. Little arch to the lower back, opening up through the front of the throat. And exhale, let go. Good. Take those arms up, everybody. Exhale, hands to heart. Interlace the other way so it will feel different. Take the arms up, listen up. You're just going to rock to one side, come back to the center, rock to the other. Good. And just go a few more here. Watch the arms, watch the shoulders, no pain. Good. One more. Both sides, palms reaching toward the ceiling. And then take it center, and I want you to stir the pot. So just rock, kind of roll around those ribs, roll around the shoulders, go the other way, maybe 3 times, just stretching it all out. Deep, deep breath. One more big circle. Oh. And then reach the palms up toward the ceiling, stretch through the shoulders, release the hands, and exhale all the way down. Good job, everybody. Let that all go. And come to Janu Sirsasana. So again, maybe you sit up on a little blanket, right? What does that serve? One, it's softer, so it feels good. But two, it does help to draw the pelvis into an anterior tilt so that as you're thinking about stretching this hamstring muscle, the back of this thigh, the pelvis is giving you a little bit more permission to do that without rounding your back. As always, if this opposite knee is up here somewhere, please use your block to support that. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, nice swan dive. Let the hands or the fingertips draw somewhere on the floor, and then pull the fingertips back isometrically to lengthen the chest and broaden through the shoulders. Good. Just breathe here, everybody. Start to feel what's happening in our little bodies this morning. Notice if your kneecap is pointing straight up. Notice if your toes are pointing straight up. And notice how easy or hard this particular side is, right? How does it feel? Maybe you rock a little bit, finding that breath. Some of you are going to be able to come down a bit lower. Some of you are going to be almost straight up. All of those are okay. All of those are part of this pose, depending on those hamstrings, depending on the hips, the pelvis. Deep breath. And then come on up. I want you to take those hands behind you on your pillow or on your blanket or behind, and then lift that leg up. I know, right? Good. If you can, let go of the hands and press. This leg is pressing down or on a block. The other leg is working. You thought all this was going to be easy today, didn't you? And lower it down. Shake that out. Bring that knee up. Listen up. You're going to step over. Inhale, take the arms up. As you exhale, if it's your right knee forward, you're taking the left arm. If it's your left knee forward, you're taking the right arm and wrapping it around as you lift the chest, lift the torso. Keep the chin level. Find your breath. Breathe. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale those hands down, release that leg and shake it out. Maybe roll those ankles and then come on over to the other side. So taking second side in Janu, looking at the kneecap, looking at the foot, everything's nice and straight. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, big swan dive. Woo, and take the hands down. And if you're anything like me, you're going to notice one side, woo, so much different than the other. For me, this is the tighter side, the less flexible, I guess, hamstring. I don't know, but it's tighter for sure. So what do we do with that information? We exercise patience. We go, all right, this side's tighter. I'm not going to go as low. I'm not going to compromise the alignment of the pose. So I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to be patient and allow the hamstring to open. When we do any kind of stretching, the body has to feel safe. And if it doesn't, the muscles will contract and pull back to try to protect the muscles in the joints. So Give it permission to feel safe, to let it warm up. Maybe you rock a little bit side to side. Finding the breath, drawing the breath, the fingers pull back isometrically so that the chest can stay open. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And walk those hands up. Good. Lean back. Whoop. Lift that leg up. You can use the hands behind you to support, or you can reach the arms out. Squeeze through the belly. Keep the bottom leg really grounded here. And lower that leg. Nice job. Take that knee, step it across, or that foot, step it across. Get really tall for me. Opposite arm wraps the knee, and we bring it into a twist. Lots of energy in that long leg, by the way. Flex the foot. There you go. Breathe. Release that twist. Take the arms up. Exhale those hands down. Unstep. Straighten the legs. Shake them all out, everybody. Good. And then bend your knees. I want you to grab your blanket and take it out from under you. And I realize my camera's not going to show a whole lot. So I'll just shift a little bit. So the blanket's going to be right in front of your mat. Going to be ideally on a slippery floor. And I didn't give anybody this info. So if you're on carpet, you won't need your blanket, right? What you'll do on the carpet is just slide the feet. So both heels on your blanket or on your carpet or your smooth surface. And you're going to straighten the legs out. When you straighten the legs out, just be mindful that you don't drop those backs of the knees and hyperextend. The upper body is nice and tall, and you're just going to kind of pull in and out. Now, some of you are going to go, ooh, piece of cake. If that is you, dig the heels in more. Hamstring work, right? As we pull it in, we are working with the quads and the hamstrings. Think of bridge pose. And when we're in bridge pose, what do? We isometrically pull the heels back. If you don't need your hands, don't use them. You can take them to your chest. Good. Couple more here. Squeeze, dig the heels in. Last one, squeeze and straighten the legs. Sit up nice and tall. I want you to take your right foot to the center of your blanket or your carpet and cross your left over. Flex your feet and pull those feet in away from each other. And dig in. And straighten. Do your best. Pull. Think about your core. You want a little more work. Lean back. Good. Two more here. Squeeze it in. Last one. Squeeze and hold here. Lift up really, really tall. Find your breath. Squeeze the legs. Squeeze them. Release that side. Take the left leg more centered. Cross over with your ankle. And this is important. I want you to try to pull those ankles apart so you got a lot of tension going on in the legs. And let's do 5 on this side. Dig the heel in. Think about squeezing these hamstrings. That's it. 3, lean back a little. 4, good job, Betty. And 5, pull it in. And then straighten, but keep the legs and give them a good squeeze. And release. Take those hands behind you. Undo the ankles. Go back to the first side. Squeeze in. Bend the knees. You don't have to use the blanket. And lift those legs. Yep, you got it. Boat pose. Take the arms out. Variation here. If that's too much, the hands go behind. I want you to try to pull those feet apart. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels. Switch sides, so other heel at the top. Lean back, get that belly working, those abs working. Hands are either behind or the arms are lifted. Pull against those feet. Yep. Breathe. Notice. Big deep breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop and release. Just shake those legs out. Good. And I'm gonna fix my mat now. Good. So you're still here. Feet go to your blankets and you're in a Baddha Konasana, right? So lift the hips and really send those hips back. Once again, if you want, you can take those blocks underneath the knees at any amount. The knees are going to move, so this may or may not work for you, but we're here. Hands go behind, the chest lifts. Push your feet together and maybe close your eyes and go, all right, so when I push my feet together, what am I feeling? What muscles are working? What's having to adapt here, right? Inner thighs for sure for me, but a little bit of the outer thigh, a little bit around the knees. And open the eyes if you can and have the room. And I'm sorry I didn't say find a smooth floor. You're going to bring the knees together into a dandasana, the legs straighten. And then you're going to pull them back and open. Good. Bring the knees together, straighten, pull in through your core and open. Good. Another one here. Just pull out. Think Dandasana, right? Pull in, open, think Baddha Konasana. Good. This time, either the hands stay where they are, or you take the hands off. Makes it a little bit trickier. Balance work. You're going to lean back a little bit. Bring the knees together, straighten. Bring the knees up and open. Good. Just 3 more here. You got it. And breathe. Dandasana, Baddha Konasana. Release that. Just hold on to feet, ankles, or knees. Don't push down wherever those hands are. Able to go without reaching is okay. And just notice. Push the feet together. Find your breath. And release. Bring those knees in. Nice job. Now you can set your blanket aside. Want you to lay on one side. So we do a lot of hip work here for a reason. But I want you to think about this. So I'm on my side. I'm on my elbow. You don't have to be on your elbow if you want to lay all the way down. The legs are at a 45-degree angle from hip to knee, and then the feet down from that. And I want you to think about the glute muscles and the fact that there are 3 of them, right? And they are what help us get up from a chair, walk across the room, bring our knee, all kinds of things, right? Balance work. And how important they really are. So feet stay together. I want you to lift the knee. Right, normally this would be clamshells. If you need something under that hip because your hip's not happy about this, grab your blanket, throw it under there. The hips stack. So, yep, so Lenny, see how your top hip is rolled back? I want you to bring the hips center so that you could draw roughly a straight line from bottom hip to top hip. And then just press this knee up isometrically. You're going to feel some work happening. Everybody feeling that? Right? Whew. So isometric work again. The belly is toned, the chest is neutral. We're pressing against an imaginary wall here, using our glute muscles. Now leave that knee, but lift the foot, flex and hold. Press against the imaginary wall behind you. Just feel the stillness and the effectiveness of this work. From here, this top knee going to go toward the top shoulder, and then it's going to stay bent. You're not going to arch your back, but you're going to squeeze back. There's glute max right there. Good. Bring it in slow. Try to keep that foot somewhat level. Press it back, but don't arch your back. Bring it in. Squeeze it back. Good. Two more. In toward your shoulder. Straight back squeeze. Don't move the leg until you feel the squeeze. Squeeze. And then let it hover again over the other knee. Last one on this side, unless you need a break. You're going to pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Yep, rub out that hip if you felt that. And when you're ready, I want you to switch side. So same thing, other side, you can be up on elbow if that's okay, or down so that your head, neck, shoulder feels more comfortable. The knees are stacked, the feet are flexed, the hips are somewhat squared straight up and down. Just don't lean all the way back because you'll lose the muscle that we're trying to work. Good, feet stay together, the top knee lifts. Don't let that top hip roll back with it. You can see for me on this side, it does not go as high at all, right? So what's happening there? Right side glute. Woo, and just press it against an imaginary wall and find your breath. And really this kind of notice, right? We've talked in the past about glute amnesia, dead butt syndrome, because we forget to fire up these amazing muscles, and then our low backs or our other parts of our body start to kind of take over and not as efficiently or effectively. Good. Anybody feeling that yet? Woo! All right. So from here, I want you to lift the lower part. Flex your foot, bring the knee toward the shoulder, and then, oops, sorry, keep that knee bent and press it back until you feel the glute engage. Bring it in, that's that stretch. Bring it back. Good, this is 3. Squeeze when you go back, feel the engagement back here. This is 4. I know. And one more. Give me 5. Squeeze. And come to neutral, let it hover, hold again, and pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Well done, everybody. Come up. I know, don't throw anything at me. Come back to the first side. This time you are going to come down. Support your head. You can use a block under your head, or you can just use your arm. Your knees are again bent, your bottom knee more 90 degrees, the top leg goes straight out. Turn the toes down. Again, I want you to lift part way and then use your own hand to feel what is engaging here. This lateral extension out to the side, what has to happen to engage there. Your top hand can be on the floor just for support. Squeeze your belly, stack your hips, and then imagine touching that top leg to a wall behind you without leaning forward. Lower it until it almost skims the floor and bring it forward. Don't lift the leg high. I want you to imagine coming across the table. Good. Reach back. Lower it toward the floor. Keep the toes pointing down. Reach the leg forward toward the hip and then just slide it back. One more here. Reach it down. Slide it across that floor without touching and bring it back to neutral. Hold, turn the toes down. Lift the leg as high as it will go with the toes turned down. Breathe and the hips stacked. And then give me 5 pulses from there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way, bend that knee and rest. All right, other side. And then we're going to get up and get moving more. If you're feeling that hip, by the way, one of the best is really just to lean on that hip and kind of roll around. Give yourself a little massage. It feels really good. All right, so the knees stacked to start. The head is supported and neutral. The top leg reaches out. The belly tones the hips more or less stacked. Flex your foot, everyone. Good. And breathe here. Now, before you do anything else, feel the glute engage. You don't even have to move the leg. Breathe. And then pull it back behind you without arching your back. And then bring it across in front of you. And then straight back again. Squeeze it back. Imagine it coming around to forward. Good. Slide it back. Bring it forward. That's it. And slide back. And forward. We got one more. Good. Slow. Don't overshoot, because when you overshoot that hip extension, you go into your low back. And then bring it back to that neutral. It's pointing straight down to the front edge of your mat. Turn the toes down. Squeeze your belly here. Good. Breathe and then lift the leg as high as it'll go without compensating, right? So when I lifted the leg, my top hip wanted to roll forward. Toes roll down, but the hips stay stacked. Breathe, squeeze your glute here. Isometric work, and then 10 or 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Bring that knee on top of the other. Whew. Good work, everybody. And press yourself all the way up, all the way up. I cannot stress how important that work is, even if you don't like it. All right. So bend the knees. You're either going to use your hands or your elbows to wrap around the outside of the knees. Your feet are roughly hips width apart. Good. And press the knees out against the elbows or the hands. Breathe. Take those elbows inside. You can widen the feet and push in. Isometric again. Take them to the outside. Push out. Breathe. Release. Take them to the inside. Press. That's it. And release. Nice job, everybody. Come on up. Let's take a blanket under the knees to support those knees. Think about what we do every day and how important it is to keep the glutes, the hips, the legs strong, as well as the upper body. But I'm like, I'm preaching how important it is. Go ahead and drop to your elbows. Soft interlace of the fingers. Press into the elbows. Draw the belly in. Press the right leg back. And then lift that right leg. Point your toes and give me 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring the knee toward the elbow. You're not going to have a lot of space. And then press it out. Just 3, 2, reach it out. 3, reach out and hold. Separate those hands so that the arms are in Sphinx pose. Drop the right foot to the floor, curling those toes under, and either stay here or straighten the left leg for plank. Breathe. Notice long spine. Don't drop the hips, everybody. Hang in there. Lower the left knee, lower the right knee. If you want, just lift the elbows and press back. Little stretch here. And then bend the elbows. The hands didn't really have to move. Interlace those hands. Squeeze the belly in. Press the left leg back. Find your breath. Lift the leg when you're ready. Point the toes. Feel the glutes working here. And then pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's tiny. 8, 9, 10. Knee to elbow or chest for 3. Just reach. Bring it in. Don't forget to breathe. Last one. Reach. Hold the leg there. Don't overlift. Separate the hands and hold. Squeeze the belly. Try to level out the hips. Give me some really good glute work here. No more amnesia back there. Drop the left foot. The toes are curled under. Think about your plank pose. Lift the other knee. Press against those arms. Move the belly away from the floor. Breathe. Lower both hips to the floor. Plank or Sphinx pose. Yep. And breathe. Stretch out your bellies. Lower your entire upper body down. Make a little pillow for your head. Lift both legs. They're not going to go far. Breathe and then swim in place with the legs. So you're flutter kicking. Those glutes are both engaged the whole time. That's it. Woo-hoo! You are swimming across the Gulf of Mexico. Here we go. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We're almost there. And lower. Fully let go, everybody. Fully let go. Last one here. Lift those legs. You're going to take the legs wide and then squeeze them in. Take them wide. Squeeze in. Keep the upper body low so that you don't overarch. Squeeze the legs together. Open. Squeeze. Let's see if we can do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, almost there. 2, and 1. Out, in, and fully release. Well done. Bend the knees. Just windshield wiper here. And then best you can, press back, child's pose or hero pose. If those are not accessible for your knees, then just turn on your side. So Betty, just turn your side and bring the knees in. Turn onto your side and bring the knees up so that you can, or on your back, so that you can release the back bend. There you go. Deep breath. If you didn't know where your glutes were before now, you do now. All right, well done, everybody. Come on up. Come to table pose. Have your blocks at the front of your mat. And once you're in table pose, just simply step forward with your right foot, coming into a low lunge. So this is another area where I find students are not engaging their cute little behinds. So, and I just read that apparently gluteal is from the Latin word for rump. There you go. See, we've learned something new today. All right, so I want you to imagine squeezing a block between your thighs, upper thighs. Right, so right away, everything pulls in. The back leg's hip pulls towards center. The front legs, thigh pulls towards center. Feel like you're squeezing a block here. One, you're here. Two, I want you to flip the toes under, lift the knee, but stay low. And then feel the glutes again working. Lengthen your torso, press through the long back leg, and squeeze that imaginary block between your thighs. And then lower that knee to the floor, release your toes, switch sides. That easy. So same thing this side, just start in your normal lunge, nice alignment, all that good stuff. And then pretend there's a block between those upper thighs. Give it a nice squeeze. And then unsqueeze it and just feel what happens. It's like everything kind of loosens out to the side. Does that make sense? And then squeeze it all back into the middle. Either stay here, flip the toes under, lift the knee, stay low, squeeze that block between the upper thighs, and breathe. And then lower the knee. One more time, I want you to switch. Maybe take the blocks up to the higher level. Squeeze the block between the thighs. We're still getting a stretch here. We're engaging that back glute. We're squeezing all those muscles back to the middle. Flip your toes under. Lift the knee. Hold here, still squeezing that imaginary block. And then slowly start to straighten the front leg. It does not have to go all the way straight, right? So what are we doing here? Variation of pyramid pose. We're squeezing that block towards center. And at the same time, we're lengthening through our spines. We're not rounding. If you have the length, you can lower those blocks. But if you're overly dependent on the block, stay high. Squeeze that imaginary block. Bend the front knee, hold. If you're able, transfer from the blocks to your knee. Squeeze the back glutes, squeeze the imaginary block. Take the arms up. Nice little lunge here. Breathe. Squeeze the block between the thighs. And exhale slowly. Lower the knee. Last one on this side. Switch. Switch. Breathe. Take the blocks up a little higher. Open up the chest. Squeeze that imaginary block, the whole thing. When you're ready, lift the knee. You're staying low here. Press the front leg straight. Think about squeezing that block. Lower the blocks if that makes sense for your body. Keep the torso nice and long. Use your breath. That's it. Bend your front knee. Lower and release. Good. Maybe sit back. Just release all that. Oh, I forgot the lunge. I knew there was one thing I forgot. I know what. Too late. You can't go back. I'm like, there's something I'm forgetting there. What is it? All right, we'll be doing enough of that when we come to standing. I think we can slide by one. I know my sister was looking at me. She's like, you forgot something, but I'm not going to tell you. All right, so from wherever you are, make your way to standing. Whew. Breathe. And come on up. Whew, good. Roll that out, everybody. Just shake it out. All right, blocks are to the front of your mat. Go ahead and take them up nice and high. And then come up to mountain pose. In fact, grab one block just for starters. Take it between those thighs and squeeze in. Now, that's the action. When our legs are in lunge, right, we can't really squeeze the block. It won't stay. But that's the action that we're looking for, is if you draw in, right, all these muscles go, right, they all just draw in around the bones to support our poses. So there's where we're playing this midline of the body. All right, so you got the idea, you got the picture. Bring that block back to the front of your mat. I didn't even have coffee this morning. I had tea. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Interlace, press back, and round as you bend the knees. So this is like a standing cow or cat pose. And then press up, lift the arms, lift the chest. Little baby back bend here. Release the hands, bring them to heart, and take it down to your blocks. The blocks are up nice and high. You're going to soften the knee, step back, right leg. You don't need the blocks up that high. They're just a little bit easier to work with, but if you want to lower them, go ahead. Squeeze the imaginary block between your thighs. Nice lunge here. Take the hands to your knee. Stay low and draw the belly in, then lift the chest. Take the arms out more diagonal to start. Pull the belly back and lift the arms. Squeeze that back glute, everybody, and squeeze that block between your thighs. Breathe. Good solid lunge here. Exhale, hands come back to your blocks nice and slow. Straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Deep breath. Lengthen your torso. Some of you may wish to play. Now, don't forget to squeeze the imaginary block. That's really important here so that your front leg's hip doesn't kind of roll out to the side. You want that thigh to press back. And then think about both legs. Imagine the back leg, the inner thigh is rolling in a little bit, right? Toward the back of the back wall. The front thigh is kind of rolling out just a little bit. And then bend your front knee, walk your blocks forward, push into your standing leg, lift the other. Squeeze the imaginary block. Find your breath. Lower that leg right next to the other. Shake them both out. Bend the knees, walk your blocks back, and come on up. Exhale, let go. Shake it out. So you can feel how, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like taking an ace bandage and wrapping it around so that everything feels a little more contained or supported in your body. So you're back to the front. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace the other way. Press it out and sit back and round it out. And then reach all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Come into a forward fold. Breathe. Soften both knees. Step back with your left leg. Nice lunge here. Make sure the legs are wide enough. So see, widen your stance. Yep. So that when you look back, the legs are coming straight out from the hips. Tone the belly. Take your hands to your knee. Squeeze the belly in and lift the chest. Take the arms up. Squeeze the imaginary block. Harder to do here. Breathe. Nice, easy lunge. You can shake out those hands. Deep breath. Slow exhale down to your blocks. Slow. Straighten the front leg. Now, back foot, I didn't talk about that on the other side, but either the foot is straight or that heel is dropped in a little more resemblance to pyramid pose. This is still a long pose for pyramid, but variation. Lengthen the torso. Maybe you walk the blocks forward just a little bit and get more length through the torso, but don't overreach. Bend the front knee. Walk the blocks forward. Think about what you're going to do. This front foot, right? Front leg, front hip has to push that weight in to lift the other leg. Deep breath. Stay at the middle of that standing foot and lower that leg. Woo! Gosh. Hang on. That's so funny. These folks out here, can I hear this? I don't know what just happened. Hang on. This is not. Oh, I know what happened. Hang on. Hang on. I'll have to cut this all out. Stay with me, folks. Oh, so I was playing Spotify earlier for all my Zoomies out there who may have heard that. And it went into like nowhere land, and it just started playing really loud in my ears. Scared the crap out of me. Okay, I'm gonna cut this section out, maybe, or it'll just be a blooper. Woo. Okay. Oh, where was I? Grab a block. Like, I don't even know what the heck I was gonna do next. Okay. Grab your block, take it between your thighs. Take it at the short line, not long, and give it a squeeze. So this is balance work. So if you want to be near a wall, please go ahead and do that. But I want you to squeeze your block. We get in the hang of this. And just squeezing, feel the glutes, right? There are 3 glute muscles that all function to help us get through life. And that's kind of where we're focusing today. So squeeze. Hands come to hips. Here's the tricky part. I want you to squeeze your block. Think about it. Lift one leg. Now, you're just bending the knee. And I want you to squeeze the heck out of the block. It's going to help your balance. Maybe take the arms up. Squeeze your block, everybody. Ooh, good. Lift the front body. Ooh, hang in there. There we go. And and shake it out. Ooh. Same thing, other side. Take that block up nice and high. Squeeze the legs in. Hands come to your hips, right? You got to think about it because you can't just lift. You got to like, how do I get that to move? So squeeze your block. Bend the other knee. Squeeze in, tone that low belly. Arms up optional or out to the sides. Find your still point. And release. Grab the block, take that out. Whew. Blocks are back to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your blocks. Can be up at nice high. When you're ready now, you've got to step the legs back enough. We're coming back to the pose we did earlier. Right foot stays down, left leg extends out. Lengthen through the chest this time. If it's your left leg extended, the right arm extends back behind you. Breathe. Try not to drop the head like you're looking at your knee. You're looking at the floor. Breathe. Put the hand back on your block, lower the leg. I know. I know. Shake it out. Same thing, other side, standing leg. Remember, you can keep a soft bend in that knee. Extend out through the right leg. Toes are pointing down. Squeeze both glutes as if you're squeezing a block between the thighs. When and if you're ready, the left arm reaches back. Find your breath. Hand back to your block. Lower that foot, bend both knees. Come on up, everybody. Exhale to your heart. Shake it all out and let it go. All right, back to the front of your mat. You can move the blocks out of the way. Stand nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. Actually, I want to do one more thing. I'm sorry. I want to do one more thing while we're standing. So maybe you find a little wall space. I just want to stretch the quad a little bit. So again, interesting, depending on the knees. If you can, you're going to reach back and grab your foot or ankle. If your knee does not bend like that, you can certainly grab a strap and press back. The same thing applies, though, that when we're stretching the quad and the hip flexors, we don't want to just arch into our lower back, right? Because that's not doing it. Instead, the knee points straight down. The shoulder can reach back. The foot can actually push away from you. And you're going to find a little bit more maybe hip stretch or quad stretch here. You can either take the other arm up, variation of dancer, or keep it on the wall. Breathe, squeeze that glute, and release. Good, switch side. Bend the knee. Feel the knee drop down toward the other knee. Imagine squeezing that block. Chest is open. You can just stay right here, or you can bring that arm up. Breathe, you got it. And release. Okay. Tricky to stretch the quads, I find, but that's one that can work. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, down you go. Step yourself to downwards facing dog. Can you believe it's our first one? Nice strong arms, nice strong legs. Breathe, just rest here if you can. Spread the weight into the fullness of your hands. Try not to stay right at the heels. Breathe. And then bend the knees, lower your knees. Maybe take the knees wide for a wide leg child's pose. Deep breath. And then release. Come on up. Good. You're going to take those feet out. Come on to your backs. Have one block nearby. And then come all the way down. I know you're all like, this feels good. I'm done. Couple of pelvic tilts and tucks here. Just rock forward and back on the sacrum, just stretching out any cranky. We're almost done here, everybody, but I wanted to do a little bit of bridge work here. It's what we hinted toward at the beginning. So find the center line of your sacrum, right? That large diamond shaped or triangle shaped bone at the base of your spine. Find that middle line there and then press your feet into the floor. You can take the arms to robot arms, so the fingertips, soft fingers, but fingertips are pressed or pointing up toward the ceiling, and the shoulders are pressing down to the floor. Press into your feet. Don't lift the hips yet, but just pull the heels back. So there's those hamstrings again. We stretch them a lot in yoga. We don't work them a lot. This is work for the hamstrings, much like we did with the blanket earlier. So just pull them back and then release that. Pull the heels isometrically back toward the hips. So just so we're clear, and then release. Good. One more time. Pull them back and release. Good. Now pull them back. Just don't work too hard. And imagine you have a block between your thighs. Lengthen the tailbone. It's like somebody is pushing your tailbone up toward the ceiling, and lift the hips. Hold here. You don't have to go really high. So as I press those hips up toward the ceiling, as I lengthen the tailbone up toward the ceiling, I'm just going to very softly pull the heels back and imagine lightly squeezing that block. Big deep breath here. Some of you can lift chest more, but please don't let that be your emphasis. Squeezing the imaginary block, not a whole bunch. Lengthening the tailbone. Hold your pose here. You can release the hands so that the palms are face down on the floor. Hold here. The feet are square. We're not lifting off the big toe mounds. And slowly lower. Hoo-ah. I know. Bring your right knee to your chest. I know. Good. Take the hands behind your right knee. Extend the right leg up. Bring your right ankle to the left knee. Figure 4 here. And draw your knees to your chest. Let's stretch out those hips. Woo. They've worked hard for you today. Just soften, just allow this. You can play with a flat back, lower back. You can play with a small arch in your lower back. Just see what feels good. Let it be a nice, comfy stretch here. Don't overdo it. And then take both hands around the left leg. So one hand has to go through your legs, the other one to the outside. Both hands interlace behind your left knee and straighten the left leg up toward the ceiling. Bend the left knee, release your hands, take the left foot to the floor, release your right leg, maybe straighten it for a moment, and then bend the right foot. Bring the left knee to your chest, take the left leg straight up. Bring that left ankle to the right knee. Bring the knees toward chest. Again, just playing with these ideas, right? Do we stay at the center of the sacrum? Do we flatten the back? Just allow the stretch of the left hip glute area. Try to soften the upper body. Take both hands around the back of the right thigh and extend the right leg up toward the ceiling. Bend the right knee. Right foot to the floor, release the left leg. Maybe straighten the left leg just for a second. And then grab your block. Both feet are on the floor. Lift your hips. Take that block underneath your sacrum. Remember that is below your lower back, below the pelvic rim, the hip line. Solid, steady, should feel really nice on the sacrum. And then optional, one knee to chest, other knee to chest, and both legs reach up. The palms can be, your arms can be down at your sides, palms face up. So a little inversion here. If you're close to a wall, you can do legs up the wall using a wall instead of this block variation. But just allow here, just allow the hips to be heavy, allow your upper body to be heavy. Allow the feet to be suspended above you. Deep breath. And then optional here, as you bend your knees, take the knees out to the side so that you're in a suspended Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come toward each other. They may not touch. And then you can just reach your hands to your ankles or your shins. Again, staying suspended. The feet are not on the floor. Releasing all those hip and glute muscles here. Good. Release that, everybody. Bring those knees back to center. One foot goes to the floor at a time. Both feet to the floor. You're still on your block. I want you to just pause here. This is a restorative bridge pose. And then press into your feet. Lift the hips. Take that block out. Lower the hips to the floor. Shift the hips over to the right. So you're lifting the hips, shift to the right. Bring the knees to your chest, lower those knees to the left. Let's just find a nice, easy twist. Breathe. Slowly bring top knee to center and then the bottom knee. Feet back to the floor. Shift your hips to the left edge of your mat. Draw the knees back up toward chest and then lower those knees to the right. Breathe. As you're ready, release the top knee and then the bottom knee, both feet to the floor. It didn't cue this, but you may want to grab your blocks or your blanket. And if you're going to use your blanket, roll your blanket up into a nice burrito, and so that you can put it underneath your knees. You can also use your block here. We're coming into Shavasana, and we did a lot of hip work. And so having something under the knees or the back of the thighs can just release the pelvis so that it can fully relax, because the legs aren't working and the knees aren't hyperextending. So consider just taking a moment there, or if you're chilly, put the blanket out over you to get nice and warm and cozy. And then allow the legs to fully relax. The arms are either out to your sides or resting on your belly. And maybe we come back to the place where we are acknowledging being on our mats, centered and whole, and filled with gratitude for our practice today. Relax your jaw. Let the belly move freely up and down with the breath. Soften down even more. So to be ready, just start to wiggle those toes. Very slowly bend the knees. Draw the knees to chest. Just rock side to side. Allow the knees to roll over to one side. Curl all the way over. And then press up. Your blanket is right there. You can sit right on it. Nice and soft and cozy. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale to your heart. May your day be filled with gratitude for all the ordinary things. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, my loves, have a great day.